Okay, all right. Thank you, bye.
Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Welcome back to my basement once again. Hope everyone's still doing well, staying healthy and happy, and hopefully as active as possible. It's tough to stay active right now. I thought it would be kind of fun to maybe leave a comment, tell others what you're doing personally to stay active. I have switched myself into running mode, and a little bit of biking too, just around town. But going a lot of runs, which is a little early for me. Normally, I wait until ski season to really get back into running mode. But that's how I personally have been staying active. We're here today. Excuse me. We're here today to talk about another 2021 ski. This is the Elan Ripstick 96. I really like these skis. I think what Elan has been doing in the past few years in general is it's cool and it's really valuable for the industry and for the community in general because it's a little bit different. Before we get into it, we did a review of the 2020 Ripstick 88 over a year ago now. And in that review, we skied quite a bit with Glen Plake and chatted with Glen on the lift and really just talked about ski development in general and his role with Elan and kind of where he wants these skis to go, the direction that he wants those skis to go. And more than anything, in my opinion, that conversation revolved around fun. You know, skiing's supposed to be fun. When Glenn goes skiing, he wants to have fun. And that's pretty much exactly how I think about skiing, which is one of the reasons why I really like these skis and the collection in general. So this is the Ripstick 96. The Ripstick 96 has been around for a little while now, but there's some changes going into next year. So we'll start with shape. If you don't know, these have a right and a left ski, and actually sitting in front of me, they should be swapped, which is something that's important to look at when you're skiing them. During our testing, I got out of the gondola and put them down in the snow and clicked in and just started skiing away, and then realized, like as I was skiing away, that they were on the wrong feet, and luckily I swapped them like before I made any turns or anything. But asymmetrical profile basically, so there's more rocker on the outside edge of the ski, which is essentially designing to help with turn initiation, so you don't have to decamber the uphill inside edge basically, or the outside edge of your uphill ski, which you have to do on a normal ski. And then having camber along the inside edge gives you better edge grip, so you can stand on the inside edge of your outside ski. So really interesting. Basically the changes for shape for 2021 for next season. The tip shape has been changed a little bit. It's much more blunt in the tip, and then the taper angle has been changed too, and then also in the tail as well. The tail actually is quite a bit more rounded. There's still a skin attachment point, so it still does come to a flat spot at the end of the tail basically, but it is more rounded. So basically those changes were to help turn initiation even more in the tip. They already had great turn initiation, but better tip into a turn out of the tip. You also get more float out of the tip because there's just more surface area up there now that it's more blunt. And then the tail being more rounded is further enhancing its kind of smooth, surfy maneuverability, smeary, that kind of stuff. Now, there are also construction changes in these skis. Construction is really important for the Ripsticks, and it's an important thing to understand. I'll start with kind of the base, and then we'll talk about what changed for this. So there's still a tube light wood core. It's popular in Polonia. It's very lightweight. They use carbon tubes or carbon rods that essentially run the full length of the ski kind of just inside the edge and basically match the curve of the side cut. So there's kind of some load, there's kind of some energy to those when they're put in there because they're already curved. So those are two key elements to this ski's construction. Now, new for 2021, they're adding what they call carbon line technology or carbon reinforcement. So take this is our right ski, and this kind of goes along with the amphibio idea of having a right and left ski, is there is carbon reinforcement running from around the midpoint of the ski along the inside edge up through the tip. So you don't get that along the outside edge, you only get it in the forebody of the ski along the inside edge. So it's basically like same thing what we were talking about before. When you're in a carving turn, when you want that edge grip, you're looking to the inside edge of your outside ski more than anything else. So putting some carbon there is just boosting their edge grip, their stability, stuff like that. Now, before we get into performance, these things are 1,650 grams. Obviously a little more with the binding on it, but even with a demo binding on it, they're really light. And easily one of the lightest skis in this kind of mid 90 millimeter all mountain freeride category, whatever you want to call it, whatever adjective you want to give them. They're easily one of the lightest, which is an important thing to think about when you're thinking about these skis' performance. And let's talk about performance, and it's, to go back to it, they're just fun. I use this term a lot to describe skis like this. They're not chasing any superlatives. They're not trying to be the stiffest or most powerful or best edge grip or most responsive or whatever. They're not chasing superlatives in the traditional sense. If anything, they're just trying to be the most fun. So it's not a stiff flex profile, but it's stiff enough that you can give them quite a bit of skier input on a groomer. I was really impressed by this new version. I found that you could give it a lot more skier input, kind of like the black edition that we've seen in past years. There's a little bit of that performance into this new ski while still being very easy to ski. But I do think that carbon reinforcement really helps when you're carving a turn. I don't know why I'm starting with carving, but I am. And I think I was surprised at how well they carve, how responsive they feel. I do think the new version of these skis has more stability when you're at a high edge angle and you're getting your hip down low to the snow, and they do that better than the version that they're replacing for sure. I think that version that they're replacing could do that too, and we've talked about that too. They have a very fun, energetic feel when you're linking carving turns. These are just, they're taking the stability, they're taking the vibration damping to the next level, while still being very, very light and very, very playful, which is why they're so much fun. We have a lot of tight trees at Stowe, and this 180 centimeter Ripstick 96, that's the length that I would want to ski. If I was buying the ski for myself, I would choose a 180, and it's hands down one of the most maneuverable 180 centimeter 96 millimeter underfoot skis that I've ever been on, especially in soft snow and tight terrain. And the Ripsticks have always had that feel and that attitude, and they definitely didn't lose that with this new version. If anything, it's like more pronounced, and they're even smoother. I give a lot of credit to the tail shape, because you can really get the ski to swing around without a tremendous amount of skier input or effort, which is really fun, and just really it makes it easier and more rewarding skiing tight terrain, and less fatiguing too. The problem with Stowe is a fantastic mountain, but our trees are really tight, and if you're spending all day skiing trees, if you're on a heavy ski, you're gonna get tired. And I feel like I could ski these all day without really getting tired. So that's it. Ripstick 96. It's a fantastic ski. It's really fun. I think I don't know if it's true or not, but I have a feeling that certain people overlook this ski because it's not like the 2 sheets of metal ripper powerful ski, but I really feel like you'd have to be exceptionally aggressive or a pretty heavy skier to find that these didn't have the stability or smoothness that you were looking for. Now there are skiers out there that just prefer a stiffer ski or don't worry about maneuverability, and then those skiers may prefer something heavier and more powerful, and there's tons of options out there like that. But this Ripstick 96 it's such a valuable ski. Like I started this video with, it's providing an alternative feel to a lot of the skis out there on the market right now. Now there are others, there are companies doing the same thing, and I'm not saying anything negative about anybody's skis. You know, there's a place for everything. There's a place for heavy, stiff skis and different stuff than this. It's just a really, really fun ski, really cool ski, and I really genuinely think a lot of people would enjoy it. I should have said this at the start, but this is not the graphic for 2021. This is a prototype graphic. When I'm editing, I'll go back and put the normal graphic at the beginning of the video when I'm talking about it. But that's it. That's the Ripstick 96. Let us know if you have any questions. We got a lot of stuff to share with you in the coming weeks. We've got a new photo contest that's similar to Ski Happy, but a little bit different because people aren't skiing right now. That'll start on Thursday this week, so keep an eye out for that. Let us know if you have any questions, and we will see you guys not on the slopes until next year. Hopefully mountain biking soon. We'll see you guys on the trails. Thanks.